This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Captain Jack here. I appreciate you bearing with me. Uh, guess it has been a while. When I had the YouTube on, I didn't have it on silent. So I was like, why am I hearing doubles? So I cut the broadcast off. So that's what's going on. Again, thank you for being here. I'm doing a show because I need to go forward. Need to go forward. Sean Johnson. Um, Yep, we're going to talk about all of these things, and we'll do that again. I owe people some prizes. I probably won't be able to do it this weekend. I apologize. I got other things going on, but I will definitely do things as quickly as I can. I have not forgotten. I have not forgotten. In fact, there was a listing. I had a listing. Sean Johnson, I owe the beanie. Vince VDub, I owe the Raider wallet to Trifold. The Kel Rogers prize is going to another person, which I know who it is, and Mario, which I believe is my big boy Mario. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. He gets the Raiders Super Bowl 11 banner. I got this written. Okay. I will get things done. Okay, it's just it's gonna take me a bit, but I haven't forgotten. I'm always good. You can talk to anybody about me getting prizes to them. I am good for it. I have never let down anybody as far as prizes, as far as patches, as far as things getting done. And I'm going to do it. I want to thank all the people that are here supporting me right now, including my favorite Steeler fan, Deb Phillips. Thank you for being here, Deb. That's been a wonderful person that's been in my corner. I know that there are others, but I get a chance to talk with Deb regularly, and I appreciate her being here again. Sean Johnson, yep, and Robert Munoz. We're going to talk about that, and Robert Hawks in here as well. The Raider Jason. Yeah, I'm gonna put this up. I'm going to put this up. Raider Zach, thank you for being here as well. Thank you for shipping up here. Remember, I gotta let you know. First things first. Like, share, please. Like and share, and comment after the show. Like, share. If you like what you see, comment, share, because I want everybody to know where we're at. I want more people in here because, again, I'm not bragging, but I think this is a good broadcast, and I want to get it out to a bunch of different other people. I want to get folks here. So like, share, and comment after the program. Comment after the program as well. I know you comment in the chat. I appreciate that. It's fantastic. But in order to get more people here, I please allow you to comment after the show, because then that is interactive stuff and it gets more people to see what we are. I haven't seen Richie Riche in a while. I'm sure he'll be here in a bit. Matt Marinovich, thank you for being here. And Matthew 72007. And remember, oh, by the way, if you see that mark next to Matthew's name, if you're seeing it on YouTube, that means he is a member of the channel. You too can also be a member of the channel. Dues are $5 for Ship's Crew, or for $10 you become a member of the Chiefs Mess, not the Kansas City Chiefs, but the Chiefs Mess as a nautical term, Navy term. The Chiefs run the friggin' Navy, and that's the way it is. And Robert Hutt, thank you for being here. Again, I'm trying to be here because, again, I'm going forward. I'm trying. Okay, and we'll do that. And again, become a member of the channel. Support the channel. There are perks that go with being a member of the channel. Membership has its perks. Yeah, 50 Who is back in the AFC West. I appreciate Mike Sarah knowing that is the proper term for one. You know who it is. I hate saying his name, and it's unfortunate because at least when he was with the Bears, I didn't have to think about him really. We saw him every once in a while. Now we're going to be seeing him twice a year. So in case you didn't hear, and I will say his name for those that are listening, Khalil Mack has been traded from the Chicago Bears to the Los Angeles Chargers. I think it was for 2 seconds. 2 second-round picks. Now, that'll tell you something as well. They're going to take all of that contract on, but for 2 seconds. Remember what we got for him, which was what, two ones? So they get 2 seconds and they get rid of that contract. And again, now that I've said his name the one time, 50 Who is on, I believe, is on the wrong side of 30, and he's been injured a lot. Oh, a second and a sixth. Okay, thank you there, Robert Hawk. A second and a sixth. Yeah, he might be a badass, Don Webb, but you know what? He is not the same player that he was when he was with us. I'm going to say that again. And he can be that player. He just has not been that player. And as long as we have two tackles, and we're going to need two tackles because you got Bosa on the other side and Mac on one side. Okay. You're going to be needing to make sure that you block his ass. Yeah, and Matt Marinovich said it as well. 50 who is a non-factor and beat up. Bozo is walking wounded. They're paying a lot of money for some guys that don't participate a lot, but he's not the same player. And I'm actually waiting to see what we can do to upstage that. Ron Betancourt, thank you there, shipmate. Literally a shipmate of mine. Thank you for coming in. I posted this on my other Facebook to let folks know that I was up, and it's great to see my friends in here as well that are not always following me on my my Raider channel. So Ron, thank you for being here, shipmate. It's good seeing you. It's good seeing you. But he was Ron, because I got to get Ron back so he knows what we're talking about. Ron, I call, and I'll have to say his name again because it's for Ron. I call Khalil Mack 50 who. Because when he left the Raiders, he immediately became 50 who. Okay. Well, 50 who is now back in the AFC West. So you're caught up. You're caught up. And Ed Winchell has the right thing. If we face Bosa Mack and we win, that's what we need. And Mike Sarah said it as well. The first year he was in Chicago, he had a great first game. I remember his first game with the Bears. It was the Sunday night game against the Pack, and he terrorized Aaron Rodgers. He did. One great game, a decent season, but he hasn't been the same since. So, it's one of those things where, we'll have to get it. We'll have to get after him. And by the way, for those that are expecting a big splash in free agency, I know that the Russell Wilson trade makes the Donkeys immediately. Did you see the odds in Vegas for AFC West? The Chiefs were favored. The Donkeys were like third with the Raiders fourth. And then when Russell Wilson went to the Donkeys, they immediately went to second as far as the short odds. I guess that's the right word. And then the Chargers dropped, and the Raiders have always been fourth. And we were a playoff team last year. Matthew 72007 again. Join the channel if you want to support. Let me get that up as well. To do it on the banners. 1 second. You can join the channel. Where is it? There we go. Join the Captain's Galleon on YouTube for premiere. Get entries to the treasure chest. You can join the Captain's Galleon, like I said, $5 or $10. It is whether you want to get a patch or not. Remember, membership does have its privileges. It has its advantages. It has its benefits. Okay, so I appreciate that. And remember, for every $5 you spend on a super chat or a super sticker, okay, and I'll show that, okay, right here. For every $5 that you spend on a super chat or a super sticker, or $5 via the Cash App, or $5 friends and family, you get an entry into the treasure chest of prizes. Okay, so please remember to do that, and I appreciate all of that. Okay, get that off the screen. Go back to comments. Okay, where's comment? Okay. Where we are. Okay, Bishop, my buddy, the Bishop is in here. Wilson, yeah, Russell Wilson. Also wait to play Russell 2 times and take him down. Yeah, I got that. And who else we got in here? What is this? Saw that BA's from haters. Yes, I'm sick of them. Yeah, I know. But we gotta prove to them. And for all of those that are saying, that there's a lot of talk about Carr going to the Colts. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. And the reason why I say that is this. If you saw what the Seahawks got for Russell Wilson, who's a couple years older and broker, okay, yeah, he does have a Super Bowl ring. I get it. I actually could have had two and should have had two. But Derek Carr is a capable quarterback, okay? And if you can get a deal like that, and thanks there, I did trim up the beard. I like this. I like this. It's not so long. I think I'm going to try to keep it like this. If you can do that, if you can get a trade like that, and everybody was going to say, "Oh man, the Raiders are, they're has, remember Mac Jones was a quarterback, a rookie quarterback last year, and what did McDaniel do? They brought him to the playoffs with a decent team. So if you could do the same thing with a rookie quarterback, maybe Max Strong out of Nevada, maybe Ritter out of Cincinnati. The quarterback crop this year is not the greatest, but if you can get somebody in there as a caretaker, like I said, get Jacoby Brissett in here, who's actually a decent quarterback. I think we can still make and you get all those picks. And for those that don't know, thank you, Robert Hawk, for sharing this. Corey Littleton has been identified as a cut. It's definitely going to be a post June 1st cut, so we can spread it on this year and the next year. What do you think should be our next move? That depends. Like, and as I was saying, and I kind of got sidetracked. Okay. Don't expect a big splash in free agency. The new Raider way. I'm not going to say that crap Patriot way. No. The new Raider way will probably evoke a lot of the memories of what they did in New England for a while. Is being a good all-around solid team with not a lot of splash. And you know what? I don't care. I want to see wins and playoffs, and that's all that you got going on. Jason Miller, thank you for being in here, shipmate. Yeah, Corey Littleton. Well, it was post June 1st, I guess. What's the haps? Okay, Raider. And like I said, if the Colts give us a good thing, you give us picks, you use them as trade bait for Watson. That's the other thing. And you asked me about, somebody asked me about Deshaun Watson. The answer to that is no. Pending what else is going on, because you got the I can't remember which one is first, the civil case or the other one. The civil is different than the one where you can actually go to prison. Okay. And it depends. I'd like to have Watson as the quarterback, but that's a lot that you're going through. And remember, it's going to have to be McDaniel and Ziegler telling Mark Davis, this is what I want, because Mark is very staunchly anti busting on women. Okay. It's going to be wild till that happens. Okay. Ingold is a free agent as of now. And well, it's because it would cost money for the Raiders to designate him. And I don't necessarily agree if they told him, hey, we might be able to pick you back up in a bit. Okay. That's up to them. But he kind of like said his goodbyes on Instagram. So it looks like he is really out the door. Colts don't have the draft capital to pull it off. Yeah, I got it. Des. They're gonna have to dig. I don't know how they could do it. But if somebody else has some draft capital, and Jimmy Farrell, good to see you as well. Crujo, good to see you too. Thank you for that. Eddie, once you can give us card. No, we ain't giving anything. I know the Colts don't have a first round pick this year, Chaos, but they have one next year. And if you have one next year, then maybe that means that we get to go after the quarterback next year, and we get that caretaker quarterback this year. That's would make sense. Hollywood's in the house. Thank you for being here, Hollywood. Big Boy Mario, as I said, remember, Big Boy, I owe you that prize. I will be getting it out to you soon. Keep Mariota. That depends upon what the coaching staff thinks about it. Jimmy Moore, thank you for being here, James Moore. I don't know about keeping him. James Furpo, thank you for being here as well. Yeah, Matt, I honestly think that because of the injury, and it really is a lot of it is because of the injury that they didn't tender him. If he's cleared of all charges, yeah. If he's cleared of all charges and it's just civil, yes. But that's a big if. Richie Rich, yes, I trimmed the beard. Yeah, Browns are in the mix too. Okay. No. All of them, no, Bishop, that is not true. That is not true. There are civil charges and then there are other charges, which can some of them can give you up to 10 or 20 years in prison. The other charges, not the civil charges. Okay. And he would have to be cleared of all charges. Okay. Eagles Uncensored's in the house. Thank you for being here as well, shipmate. I'm trying to get all of these. Jimmy Farrell, Pittsburgh friend, what's going on? That's how you doing? Hollywood's again. Hollywood. Yep. Texans. Okay, yeah. Texans hold a number 4 pick in the first round. By the way, I am watching sports tonight. The Flyers were down 4-0 at the end of the first period. Then I turned on the game and I saw that they've scored 3 straight goals to get behind 4-3. So it is in the third period. There is a dude in the penalty box. So the Panthers are on a power play. Mayhew, I guess, was that tripping? But yeah, delay penalty. I don't know who this guy is. So yeah, they're trying to get out of a what is it? Forcing off with shooting off of whatever the hell it is. Trying to do the penalty. I can't remember the friggin' word. We'll know by Friday if he's clear, but that depends. Cash Lord, thank you for being here again. Appreciate. Remember, if you are here, they just scored. So now it's 5-3. That sucks. Let's see how many minutes. 13 minutes. So that means Flyers got to score 2 just to tie. That hurt. No, as Bishop, that is not true, sir. I read it as well. There are civil charges and there are criminal charges. And you know what they say about BSPN? A lot of them are crap. We'll see. But again, it depends. DB Cooper's in here as well. Keep rolling the boat. Thank you there, shipmate. Maybe I should just not watch the Flyers game because when I don't watch them, they scored the 3 goals to get back in it. But now, as soon as I put them on, there. Remember, please like, share, like, comment after the show. Raphael, thank you for being here as well. What else we got in here? So yeah, okay. Here's the deal. Okay. I do have the phone up, so I'm going to do that. Remember, share the show, please. I want to get more folks in here. I appreciate everybody being in here. Also, Richie Riche, the last thing I saw was that all charges were civil. I don't know. I thought that I read that two of them could be pushed over to criminal. That's the word, criminal. two of them could be pushed over to criminal. That's what I saw. So there's what do you call it? Debate there. If they're all civil, and if he's cleared of all civil, then yeah, go get him. Yeah. When I tell you what, Jason Thomas is in the house as well. Remember, Jason Thomas he's also a member of the channel. Go on to the channel, become a channel member. Remember, I can actually show you on the what is it, the pictures on the brand. I'm okay. I'm okay, Daniel. I'm pushing through. I've come to realize that things suck, and you got to try to pull through it and push through it. And I'm trying to do that. So we'll do that. Again, I appreciate everybody being here. I really do. Yeah, there it is. That's what it is. There is a criminal investigation, but no charges yet. But that was the thing. It's like he's not cleared yet. If he's cleared, then maybe that all might get swept. That's the issue. Thank you. I know that there was criminal ramifications. Okay, there are criminal ramifications. So let me do this. Okay, I'm going to get everybody into the show. I can do that. Hang on a second. 813-699-0834. Okay, I'm going to do that. Push that. And again, I appreciate everybody being here. It's great to see everybody. Chaos in the house, and thank you. Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to try, Rob. I'm going to try. Still hurts, but I didn't want to let folks down here. I got to push forward. It does have legs, according to reports. It's a cash grab. Yeah, we'll see. Thank you, Bow. Thanks, man. I'm just trying to get things done. Oi, that's nice Yiddish. I'll get with some folks. We'll see what's going on. Oh yeah, of course, right on schedule too.
Call from J Captain Jack Google Voice.
Call from Pittsburgh, Jared D.
Hey, Jared, how you doing, partner? We got you there.
What's going on, Cap? How you doing?
I'm good. I got to turn my phone down though because I forgot to do that. So let me do that real quick so I don't have to double hear it. But hey, what's new as far as things we need to know about via the Pittsburgh report, brother?
Well, I mean, the Penguins have been in a funk as of late. They better start waking up. I mean, they've been playing not so good lately. I mean, they've been falling apart here. I mean, Carolina seems to have their number. They got Vegas tomorrow night. They got Carolina again on Sunday. However, right now they are tied for second right now. So hopefully they can get it together here. Of course, we know that the big story of the day, of course, was the Major League Baseball scene coming back to work, however, if you will.
Yeah, I didn't even get into that. It's amazing. We didn't even talk baseball yet, and they said it's going to be 162. What is it? What they said was it April 7th or 8th? Yeah. Okay.
And the agreements, and this is what they're saying. This is how it works out, however. The final vote by the MLP's 8 members of the executive committee for 30 player reps was 26-12 in favor of the agreement, to sources telling ESPN, and this is how it's going to work. The basic agreement governs almost all aspects of the game, but baseball's core economics are front and center in the labor talk. In addition to the new CBT, which increases from $230 million to $244 million over the 5-year deal, the minimum salary governing players for less than 3 years of Major League Service will jump up from $570,500 to $700,000, going to $780,000, and a bonus pool worth $50 million will be distributed among those younger players who have yet to reach salary arbitration. MLB had pushed for expanding the postseason to 12 teams, a plan to which the MLBPA agreed. Additionally, player uniforms will now feature advertising for the first time with patches on jerseys and decals on batting helmets. Other elements of the deal include the following. a 45-day window for MLB to implement rules changes, among them a pitch clock, ban on shifts, and larger bases in the 2023 season. The NL adopting the DH, a draft lottery implement the intent of discouraging tanking. Draft pick inducements to discourage service time manipulation, and limiting the number of times a player can be optioned to the minor leagues in one season. Plus, they're going to get rid of the second base rule that they did last year, however, that starts extra innings as well.
Yeah, it was good in theory, but you know what? I think it sucked. They've gone back to regular, double headers. They're still 9 innings each, and if they go over, they go over. And that second bit, that was an experiment. I think it was a little bit. It smacked of too much too soon for the purists of baseball. The fact that they're going to a designated hitter for both, that makes sense. But I'm liking the fact that that we're getting back to baseball. And again, not a big baseball fan, but I do like to have it as something to deal with in the football offseason. I know that there's going to be like baseball and the USFL, so they'll have like some more. We can still watch football. So yeah, there'll be things to do, and there'll be teams to root for and cheer for, and all that. That's good. But what's that? Let's about wife said not to have it loud around him. Well, I thought he was down here. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means. Well, yeah. Hey, you know what, Mike? Sure. He did read it from BSPN, but there are not everybody that knows exactly what's going on, Mike. So Jared gives the report,
Yeah.
So that
And
Jared
like
gives the
you said,
report.
of course, we got the USFL coming up, of course. We got March Madness starting up next week, however, if you will. And we're still going to be having tournament games here in Pittsburgh. I mean, tickets are still, I believe, you can find tickets anywhere here in Pittsburgh, Howard. Of course, like you said, we had some big news this week in the NFL, of course. The Carson Wentz thing yesterday, of course. We saw what happened with Deshaun and also Mr. Rogers. And then today, of course, Khalil Mack going from Chicago to L.A. I mean, it's crazy,
Yeah.
But speaking of basketball, Howard, I was wondering if anyone, including you, did you get a chance to watch that HBO documentary, Winning Time, at all? The Lakers Dynasty premiere show on HBO on Sunday night at all, or get a chance to hear about that show?
No, I am interested in watching. I can't remember if it's on HBO or there's like a mini series about Magic Johnson and stuff. And
Yeah, that's the one. It's also on HBO Max. Yeah, because John C. Reilly's in it. He plays Jerry Buss. Michael Keith plays Jack Cook. Michael Keith better known for as well as Danny Noonan from Caddyshack. Pat Riley is being played by Adrian Brody. However, I had a chance to watch it on Sunday for the first time. I mean, it was interesting. Let's just say it's like going off for a couple months, like a 10-episode thing. But the first episode, however, was rather interesting. So if you get a chance, you might want to check that out. But like I said, we're going to know on Sunday who's going to be punching the tickets to the big dance. But everyone's talking, Gonzaga's going to be the team to beat. And yeah, that's obvious. I'm telling you right now, there's two teams. I told Eddie Winchell today. The two teams I think that could really turn some heads in this tournament, Howard. Arizona's definitely one of them. Everyone's talking about Coach K maybe going out as winner. That's another possibility. But I'm looking at someone like Auburn possibly as a sleeper. Auburn could really run the table, and it depends on what region they're in, Howard, and who they get in that bracket as well.
Okay, and again, Jared, I appreciate you coming in, man. It's always great to have the Jared Pittsburgh report. And yeah, folks, he read it. I get it, but you know what? There are people that didn't read it, so he gives you all the information. Okay,
Yep.
That's the Pittsburgh report from Jared. So hey, thanks again, there, Jared, and we'll see you up on the next show as well, partner. I appreciate you being in here supporting.
No problem. I'll be in touch.
Okay, thank you. That's the Pittsburgh report with Jared. So we got that, and I'm gonna bring on my my one shipmate in crime. Oh yeah, and again, I will say this. Okay, the Raiders releasing Littleton. We did talk about that. That's going to be like a post June 1st cut, so they can spread it over 2 seasons. Because I tell you, it was a bad contract for a player that didn't do crap. Okay. Nick Kwiatkowski, bad contract with a player that didn't do crap. But, things work, some things don't. Okay. And yes, I am going to Canton, so I will see everybody in Canton. I'll be out there for the draft. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in Austin for Memorial Day weekend. There are some events up in New York with the Silver and Black Empire. So I'm thinking about going up there for some of that. So I'm going to be busy doing things. So yes, get with me, and I'll be around, and I'll be making some appearances. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, and again, I'm going to bring in my shipmate here, OG Daniel. For I'm going to start off things with him. OG, what's going on, partner? Good to see you.
Hey, Skipper, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Glad you're doing better. You driving to Canton or are you flying to Canton?
Well, actually, I was looking into that today because Southwest does not go into Canton, so I would have to take another airline, which would probably be Spirit, and I got to look at that. Also, I got to figure out if if the hotels that we're going to go in on are in Canton or if they were in like the Cleveland area like they were last year, which means I would have to get a rental car. So I'm gonna have to bounce all of that back and forth. Allegedly, the hotel packages we're gonna get is gonna be in Canton. So I'm going to fly into Canton, but that airfare is gonna be. I'll have to see what the airfare is. Okay. So we'll see, because again, then I got to add on, rental car and all of that. So we'll see what's going on there. But yeah, I will be up there. And again, remember, like, share, like, and comment after the show, please.
Well, no, I was thinking if you're driving to Canton, swing by South Carolina. We split gas.
No. I don't. The only things that I drive to, Jacksonville, Miami, maybe Atlanta, and maybe Nolens.
Dude,
Maybe.
this would be an epic road trip. Just saying.
This though is that I have to be very frugal on
With your
my
time.
hours. Yeah. And so flying.
I understand, man. I got to go to my daughter's graduation in June out in California. That means I got to go get my glasses, lenses, or the frame replaced so I can go get the real ID and then go to buy a ticket to fly to California because it's a limited time. I would rather drive. I hate flying. I really swear to God I do. But I'm only going to have 4 days and I'm not going to have 2 weeks, so I can't drive it.
Yeah, and the only thing that I can say is once I'm retired, where I don't have to worry about taking time off from work, then I will drive to a lot of different places because I like to drive, and I'm hoping that I will have a trailer.
See if the Madden bus is up for sale.
And maybe not a Madden bus, but I want to try to get something like a toy hauler, so I can have something behind my truck. And I'm gonna have to get a new truck, by the way, a new truck and a toy hauler. But the toy hauler will be able to have my Harley in the toy hauler, so I can have that plus the truck to tool around in. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. Again, like and share, please. Like and share this up to everybody because I love having you here. I appreciate having everybody here. But we want to get this out to more people. And I appreciate everybody being here. And by the way,
and if Ed Winchell, if you're in the chat, Ed Winchell, you're usually here. If you're in the chat, I said I would call you yesterday, but unfortunately things got tied up today. I will be calling you tomorrow, Ed Winchell. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay. And I saw your trim as well. I got mine, and
yeah, I went yard gnome on my shit. So, are we on Roku? I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought we were uncensored.
No. We're on. Remember,
you can edit me out, right?
No.
I'm sorry, Captain.
But hey, remember? Oh, wait a second. Put the banner up. Where is it? Where is it?
Watch your language.
Yeah, remember, we're on watching on Roku TV. So
I had no idea. I thought you were uncensored tonight.
Nope. But remember, Thursdays and Sundays, it's Roku, because those are live Rokus. Thursdays and Sundays for sure.
Okay. Apologize, Roku TV.
Unless I say otherwise, but yeah, that's what's going on.
All right. Well, I will watch my mouth. I'm getting better at it. I just didn't know tonight. I thought we were uncensored.
You are. You're good.
So I've been watching all these young Raider fans doing their freakouts. Oh my God, they got Russell Wilson. You just took Russell Wilson out from behind a toilet paper O-line and put him behind a wet paper bag O-line. Stop. Okay. Also, the Chargers got Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack's at 40%. He hasn't played 40% of the season because of injuries. He's on the wrong side of 30, just like I'm on the wrong side of 50. Dude, stop. Joey Bosa and him are injured most of the season. They're a threat level 1 through 5, 5 being the highest. They're threat level 2. Okay. We're gathering money right now, not making panic buys like these other teams.
Yeah, that's why I said
the Donkeys traded their soul and their future for one guy who they can't protect.
Right. And the other thing is that don't expect a lot of big market, big stuff coming up in free agency. That is not the way this team will be built.
Nope. It'll be middle of the road players that you're looking at going, scratching your head and going, no, they're highly functional for less money, and they'll moneyball it. They will moneyball this team. And you're going to be scratching your head going, why did we pick up this guy? Shut up and trust. And then when we go killing everyone, you're going to be like, okay, well, next year we're going to get this guy. No, stop. That ends. That's over. We're corporate. We are going to pick up super functional players for a lot less money who are not big names. And you are going to see where these guys can see what they can be versus the big name superstars. We're not getting that no more. That's done.
Yeah. And I want to say hi to Jack Kenna, and I saw that Velvet was in here, but I didn't see her comment. I mean, I saw it on YouTube, but I didn't see the comment on StreamYard. So I'm not ignoring you, Velvet. I was going to put your comment up. And thank you, Jack Kenna. Remember, hit the likes, hit the share, please. And
comment afterwards. After the show's over, comment, because then we get to interact with you, and that's what we love.
There you go. See see, now I came through there, Velvet. That I knew you were there. I don't know why it didn't show up the other time, but thank you. So I'm going to say one other thing there. Who do you your view? I'm going to get you out with this there, Dan. Your view on the Raiders not tendering Nick Ingold.
Alec Ingold?
Yeah, Alec Ingold. Sorry.
I love Alec Ingold. I really do. I saw him hurdle 2 players in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great all-around player. He blocks, he catches, he runs. He's amazing. If he fits in the scheme, then I'll be mad if we don't get him back. If he doesn't fit in the scheme, well, somebody else will pick him up and he'll have a great career. But I really like this guy personally. In my feelings, I really would love to keep Alec Ingold.
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota, on the other hand, I think he could be a starter on several other teams in the NFL. And I think if Seattle grabbed him, Would it be heartbroken? Nope. He deserves his shot. He's 28 years old. Maybe he can reestablish himself, and I think good for him.
Okay. I mean, I was a little disheartened with not franchise or tendering him. Sorry, not franchise tendering him. But again, it's a monetary move because it costs money to tender. Okay, and the Raiders are getting money, and they're trying to get more money as it is. And again, they're not saying that they're not going to sign him. But again, that ACL injury, I don't think he's going to be available at the start of the season anyway.
Well, no, actually, Ingold had a single tear, not a multiple tear. He is progressing faster than normal, and that's why I was hoping we get him back. And it kind of guts me because I love the guy. Like, I like Alec Ingold. Like, he's a great Raider. I hope he can stay. With Marcus Mariota, I'm not saying the same thing because you know what? I think that man needs to deserve a chance to start his career. And our karma should allow him to go do so. And if he can go somewhere and restart himself at 28 years old, God bless him.
I got you. I got you. Well, hey, Daniel, I appreciate you coming in, man, and appreciate you reaching out and keeping up with me. Another day forward, and I'll let you know as things go. I will say this. I'm the person that upset me. Let's just say that they screwed up.
Well, just remember this too. All things will change. That's always the way it's been. All things will change, including your feelings.
Okay. Hey, thanks again there, Daniel. I appreciate you coming in, man. It's
Love
always
you,
good.
brother.
Love back, man. You be well. That's OG Daniel. We're gonna kick it with another. Before I do that, I will need to put in the links. We can have people come in. Yeah, karma's a bitch. Karma is a bitch. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll say that if you'd like to come in tonight, please do. I'm going to bring in my shipmate, Rafael Jacin Montoya.
Oh, yes. Hello, Captain Jack.
I'm sorry, I screwed up your name. It's Rafael
Okay.
Jacin Montilla.
Yes. Yes.
I got that. So how you doing tonight there, Rafael? Have you been keeping up on what's going on? But first off, I gotta say, yeah, it is Roku. It is Roku TV. No, Roku. No. The Bishop. We already know what I was talking about. We're watching on Roku. I gotta ask now. I know you're a football guy, but I need to get some input baseball wise. What are your thoughts on the baseball of them coming together and getting that? Looks like they're going to start the season, and I know that you are a Yankee guy. And I'm sorry if I threw you something that you weren't prepared to talk to about. I apologize. Got to be ready. Got to be up on this. So
yes.
Yeah.
Well, I got some big news for you because right now you're watching on Roku TV because, well, baseball is back and finally, after almost 100 days, right now the lockout is ending. And right now, the official day for the spring training is going to be the next Sunday. And the opening day is going to be on April 7th. And of course, between tonight or tomorrow, there's going to be trade rumors. It's going to be trade players for each team right now. So they got like an agreement for the Major League Baseball Players Association. So they're everything about it. So they reach a level agreement. So they moves to April 7th. So they have a free agency to begin immediately once they are ratified the CBA. Also, the players are going to spend to 12 teams beginning that season. And the National League adopts the sign hitter starting that season. And the CBT is expecting to begin 230 millions and grow to 240 millions. And right now is very important because over those last days I was interested about reading about this news about the baseball thing about it because I love the New York Yankees, and of course I've been reading for MLB for like years, and I've been writing opinion notes about that baseball. But sometimes, when the lockout is ending, it's about time. It's about time. It's because the pressure of the fans, they need it because the fans needed that baseball that connects all these people. Some people call it boring, but I would call that's very interesting because right now it is happening to the ninth innings. It's about to get started right now. So there's a multiple reasons right now the biggest change about the sports because the biggest change is two additional playoff teams, so meaning 12 or 30 teams will reach the postseason. So the owners going to get the 14 team that desired. So what it does means it makes it very difficult to NBA playoffs, but it seems important about reducing the 14 to 12. It's make easier about it. So another thing about it, because I was watching the college basketball and also the soccer, because right now the Charlotte Football Club has a breaking record attendance, more than 48,000 of people. They went to the Bank of America Stadium between the inaugural season between Charlotte Football Club versus Los Angeles Galaxy. It then went all crazy. And what did it start with what are the borrow moments that went through all these minds? Because one of the singers that went through the reality show The Voice, she went to sing the national anthem. And when the microphone is not working, all these persons they singing out loud, including me, because I was in first row, singing the national anthem, and that's make us proud.
Yeah.
Because even the Charlotte Football Club lose against Los Angeles Galaxy, it proves that the soccer had a little interest in right now because it connected everyone, including the baseball. And of course, speaking about the Raiders news about the releasing of Corey Littleton, it will save because if release Corey Littleton, it will save like 11 millions, but it will cost like for 2 years because at first year it will cost 4 millions, and the next year 2023 is gonna cost 10 millions in 2023. So it's like the post June 1st agreement because about the Corey Littleton's because Corey Littleton's agreement because it's about post June 1st. But that will save money for looking for the linebacker. But right now it costs a lot of money, like 4 million, 10 million for the next 2 years. So it's just like, okay, this is gonna be a pain. But it's a matter of fact, we are just looking about a good linebacker to make
Okay.
stronger the defense.
Okay, Raphael, and I appreciate that as well. Hey, thanks for that report. I appreciate you popping in and giving your point.
Yeah.
Good seeing you, brother, and you take care of yourself as well.
Yes.
All right, be well, Cat Raphael.
All right. So I just wanted to say the salute, Captain Jack, and also let's see what I got over here because right now before I leave. All right. So I just put right now on the Roku TV. So it just happened right now. So I just put my YouTube channel on the private chat so everybody can follow me and subscribe me as Raphael Chassin. So you can subscribe me on YouTube to everything about it. So Captain Jack, salute, and I will see you the next time.
All right, I'm gonna put his let me see for Raphael. Make sure I get that in for Raphael's channel. I'm putting it up now. There it is. There's Raphael, and I'm putting it up for Raphael's channel. You can hit up Raphael Chassin Montillo. Good guy, and appreciate him being here. I'm going to bring on another one of my friends. Remember, first off, as well, Oh shoot, I forgot. Oh gosh darn it. I'm gonna have to put that link up again. We put the link up again. Sorry, Jack. I did the cut and paste and I forgot that I had already put or call. Okay, now I got that. Okay, we'll get this done. Copy and there you go. We need one or two splash players to compete. Kojo, I maybe not. Remember, that's not the way of the new Raiders Okay. Jack, I was ready to put you on. But let me get to this phone call. I will get you on, Jack, as soon as this phone call is done.
Call from ES.
Okay. Hey, Mike, I got a couple minutes for you, brother. Take care. What's going on?
What's up, Captain Jack? How you doing tonight?
Moving forward.
That's good. I'm like on the show, right? Like,
Yeah, you're on. Yeah, you're on the show. You're on the show.
I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I was so happy today when I saw the news that baseball's coming back. Finally, it feels so good. That they agreed on a deal and we're going to be having some baseball. So I'm sure you're happy about that. The Phillies and the Rays, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to be very frugal on a lot of different things this year. I got to save up and not do. There you go, Jack. So hey, Jack, good. I will be on. Jack, you will be on as soon as I'm done talking with Philly Mike. So just don't go nowhere. What are your thoughts on the way that I'm gonna ask about baseball free agency, Mike. Who do you think is going to go where in baseball free agency? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I really don't know. I really haven't. I don't really know many free agents or many people that are out there in the market. So.
Okay. Well, okay. Then I'll ask a question. You do know. Will the Mets be better this year now that they picked up what's his nose, the pitcher that the Dodgers had last year? They used to play for the Nationals.
Yeah, is that who's that? Strasburg or?
No, not Strasburg. The other guy. No.
I'm drawing a blank on his name.
The guy with two with two colors in his eyes. He's got a hazel eyes and a gray eye. I can't remember. I can't remember his friggin' name. He's always a dominant pitcher in the National League.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think the Mets have enough to win the East?
I think it's going to be between us, them, or the Braves again. The Nationals are never up there anymore. But I feel like we can, really get our stuff together this year, especially with the playoff expansion. I mean, we have the longest playoff drought in the National League. I really think we're going to somehow find a way to get our stuff together this year and make the playoffs.
I hope so.
That's,
yeah, I do hope so. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, Mike, I gotta get Jack on the show as well. Remember, we are watching on Roku TV, so you got to watch our languages. And I know that you don't cuss a lot. I know I do, but you take care of yourself. And thanks for coming on. And yeah, baseball is back. Good hearing from you, man.
Thank you, Captain Jack. Have a good one.
You take care as well. That's a Philly sports fan, Mike Blevins. Good to hear from him. We're gonna have Jack come on the show. Jack, what's going on with you tonight, brother? Appreciate you being here, man.
Hey, salute, Cap. How you doing, brother?
I'm here because I need to pull forward, go forward.
Well, I just hope you're here because you'd love to be here, man. Talk Raiders football.
Well, I'm talking sports, so that's a positive thing. I'm here. Scherzer, thank you there, Chris Lentz. Max Scherzer, that's the guy we couldn't think of. But yeah, we're talking sports, talking Raiders football. Like I said, for those that think the Raiders are going to make a big splash in free agency, I don't think so. I think that they are going to get high quality, not big names. That's just the way I see it.
So let's post our list together. Who do you think? And I'll post my list.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, it's like, people were talking about Davante Adams. I says, no, the Raiders are not going to get Davante Adams because it's too much money to go for Davante Adams. I think maybe DJ Chark would be one.
Number
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I think that there are, they're gonna sign a offensive lineman, either Moses at right tackle or somebody else. I don't think, and hopefully we don't get Brown back because I can't stand Trent Brown. Don't want him
I
back.
don't want Brown back. He's like FAB to me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want him back again either. But I think DJ Chark would be one. People were talking about Kyle Van Noy. I wouldn't mind Kyle Van Noy. Yeah, he's a Patriot player, and was it Matthew was saying we're going to get Patriot players if they fit the system. They are, and that's why I'm saying don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if the Raiders don't get an offer for Derek Carr that doesn't sound great. And it's like, if they get a great offer for Carr, I'm like, okay, good. Go get it.
Well, I've heard a couple of different things. I heard last year, like the Patriots offered 2 first-round picks for him, and it got turned down. And the Washington, Commanders now, kind of sounds weird, offered 2 first rounds for Clark too, got turned down. So they're not going to settle for anything less than something like a bag of money for like Russell Wilson. So at the same time, it's like, DJ Chark is my number one guy in free agency for a wide receiver because he's 6'4", runs a 3.44. So it'd be great. They don't use the wide receiver that much, in that type of offense. They go more tight ends, slot receiver. So you don't need to have that guy with the big bag, to do that position. And then it's like, offensive line, yeah, now with Mac coming back to the Chargers, I don't care what all the Raider YouTubers are saying. We all know Mac is a beast. And if you got another guy who's like a beast on the other side, yeah, you're going to need some tackles to like to defend that stuff. So I want Moses, and then I'd like to see Sharif at left guard. That guy's going to be a Hall of Fame probably at some point. So I'd like to see that guy come over to the Raiders. And then there's Gilmore. Maybe not J.C. Jackson, but Gilmore is a serviceable player at this point in his career. He's still really good.
Yeah, I see. I if you're going to spend money on free agency, hey, Chris Lenz, thank you for that. You have a good appointment. I think that if you get some bang for Derek Carr, go get some bang for Derek Carr. I'm a firm believer in that. If you're going to spend money, spend it on the defense. Spend it on J.C. Jackson. Stephon Gilmore, maybe, sure, but there are a couple players that are going to be cut by the Giants that already know that defense, and I can't remember what their names are, but I've been reading it that there are players that the Giants are going to cut. They already know Graham's defense. They'd be able to come in just like last year when people came in to play under Bradley's defense because they knew what they were going into, that these players can fit. They're plug and play. They're plug and play. And I think that they would be great things to have on our defense.
I don't know many Giants players I'm really like interested in. I'm sure there is because, our DC is, the ex-Giants DC, but I'd rather see like Van Noy, come in that linebacker.
Well,
name the players that you feel like from the New York Giants that you want to see come in, because I don't really see many of them.
I can't remember the names. I think Collins is one.
That's the thing. You can't remember the names. So we can't remember the names, then we probably don't want them.
No. See, I disagree, Jack. Just because I can't remember the names doesn't mean that they can't play the defense the way it needs to be played, okay? Their names escape me. The only reason why we know about Kyle Van Noy is it's been pushed out there in the airwaves. We know that the Bobby Wagner has been pushed out in the airwaves. I can't remember these guys that have been put out there that are going to be cap cuts by the Giants. I know one guy was a Pro Bowler at times, okay? So I know that he would be a good fit, okay, in Graham's defense. I can't remember the other guy, but there are players that are going to be available that will be able to come in. And if Kyle Van Noy is what Graham wants, great, sure, he'll get him. But if there are players that already know the system and will be able to interact with better people around them, because the Giants didn't have all of that we can showcase. And by the way, Casey Hayward is going to the Colts. It's either
Well, I see Wagner going there too because Wagner got cut because his salary cap is $18 million.
I don't want Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner is like, what, 35 years old? I mean, he might not be that, but he's definitely high up there. I don't want Bobby Wagner.
Well, he's kind of like, last year, like KJ Wright, coming back to like Gus Bradley's system. So I can see him going there.
Yeah.
Taking a haircut.
I don't want Bobby Wagner. I don't. Kyle Van Noy, maybe. Yeah, okay. And here, Mike Sarah, the Giants cornerback, and actually I think it was a safety, because it was the safety that had the pick six, the one that was right in front of me was a safety. I can't. Jabril Peppers is one other guy as well. Okay, Dante Hightower is.
I can see Hightower too.
Yeah, but Wagner, no, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on Bobby Wagner. I don't see it.
No, I don't see it. He's a Gus Bradley guy. It's like, the Legion of Boom. I can see him going to Indianapolis, so I can totally see that. What the Raiders do need is, like, they do need another defensive back. It's like we need a defensive back bad. So it's going to either be Gilmore, taking out a haircut, or we're going to go J.C. Jackson and spend a shitload of money. So apologize. One of the two.
Mm-hmm. But we'll see what we get. And again, with Graham in there saying these guys are available, I know they know my defense, and if they will work together as well, I'm all for it. I'm all for getting some good players. Richie Riche throws out Jalen Smith. Richie's going to come on after Jack, so we'll have Richie talk to us about some of these.
Hey, Richie, I love the idea of Jalen Smith. I'm a Notre Dame guy, so Jalen Smith is like one of my boys. That kid played really super good, like, with Notre Dame. He didn't show up for Dallas, after the injury. So I don't know if he's ever going to come back from that, but I like the idea of Jalen Smith just because being a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah, and we'll see him. We'll see what they got. Their former Giants. Nate Solder, actually, no, I don't want Nate Solder. He is broke. He was broke when the Patriots got rid of him and the Giants signed him to that contract. No, I don't want Nate Solder. Stephon Gilmore, possibly. Okay.
Gilmore, I agree.
Yeah.
It's Sharif at, left guard, and then Moses at right tackle. Then that line is solidified going into next year.
Yeah, I don't know this. Who's this Sharif you're talking about?
Sharif is from the Washington Commanders now.
Uh-huh.
He's like a 4 or 5 time All-Pro.
Okay, I'll have to look at what that name is. Yeah, Vicky, we were talking about that. Littleton did get cut.
Vicky,
today.
salute! I saw you.
That's it. And we need to solidify the offensive line. We need another receiver, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a splash receiver. We need to solidify our defense. I think we're going to do that. And like I said, if we trade Derek Carr, we trade Derek Carr. And I'm not of a mind that, I mean, is Derek Carr worth $40 million a year? No. Honestly, he's not worth $40 million. He's one of the better quarterbacks, but he's not worth $40 million a year.
He's not worth $40 million. But I'm getting tired of talking about Carr at $40 million. It's like, let's see what he does. So, like the kid already said he wants to be a Raider for life. Let's see what he does, and then let's talk about it. Then it's like I feel like he's the type of guy. He's like he knows he needs pieces in place to get to the Super Bowl. He's made his money already. Shoot, his last contract, he made $125 million over that contract. He's got money. He's not worried about money. So let's just see what he does. I was like, really, Raider Nation? It's like he said he wants certain players in place. We all know he wants Devontae Adams, but he ain't going to get Devontae Adams now. So if he can get the other, like work with the management and like get players that he wants in place, I think he's going to be fine. If
Yeah.
anyone's ever seen like the Paul Gutierrez, article, just guarantee his money this year. And there's like 3 options on it. So read it. Paul Gutierrez put a great article out.
Okay. Well, and Jack, I appreciate you coming in as well and to help support me and the channel and all that. And I do appreciate that. And thanks for coming. I'm going to bring Richie Riche in as well. In fact, I will bring while you're here quickly. I will bring Richie Riche in so you
All
guys.
I'm out, guys. Because Captain, you're coming in digitized. I'll respond in the chat. Good night, brothers.
Okay. Hey, thanks again, Jack. Richie, what's going on, partner? Thank you for popping in. It's good to hear from you, man.
Well, that's weird seeing me with me on the screen. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, I can do that. This way you don't see you.
Perfect. I've seen enough of myself. Thanks.
Yeah.
So how are things?
I'm here because I need to continue to go forward, and hopefully it's going to be a while, folks. It's going to be a while. But I'm trying to be me. That's why I will say share, comment after the show. Comment after the show. And I'm glad that you're here because we're going to talk your ear off. Okay. About what the frack in Battlestar Galactica language, what the frack are the Broncos thinking?
Is that your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to me, it's straightforward. Wilson is used to an outside zone scheme. Nathaniel Hackett wants to run an outside zone scheme. And Russell Wilson is a clear upgrade over Drew Lock at our quarterback position, who was the only remaining kind of starting quarterback on the roster. We have a younger guy who is to be honest, in Denver, we see him as more of like a player coach. He is wicked smart, and I mean wicked smart, but he's kind of like undersized, doesn't quite have the strongest arm in Brett Rippon. And I think that you're going to see Brett Rippon end up being more of like a Jason Garrett style guy who's going to transition pretty quickly into coaching in the NFL level, because all accounts are that he's just brilliant. So I think he's better suited for coaching, as are most quarterbacks or players even who are mediocre as opposed to great. Most mediocre players have to work extra hard at their position, and therefore they typically end up knowing the X's and O's better than the other guys. And then it takes a rare talent like your Peyton Mannings, like your John Elways and that sort of thing to be just that good where they can overcome it.
Okay. But the cost.
I actually don't think it was bad. I don't. I really don't. So the one thing that a lot of people aren't necessarily factoring into the equation is the fact that we had two second rounders this year. So we didn't wipe ourselves right out of any higher draft picks per se. We still have a second round pick this year. So I think that's something that needs to be considered and factored in. Now, because I'm on a Raiders show, I can actually say this stuff out loud without having people scream at me. But really, there's only one scenario by which I could see, from a Broncos fan's perspective, that you could take a different angle to this. And that is kind of what I actually wanted us to do in this draft, because I really didn't see Russell Wilson as a viable option. And getting into the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes, I thought was going to be just as pricey. So there's a yin and a yang to all of that, right? And so the way of doing that is you build the offensive line this year, you build the defensive line this year, and then you would run it back with Drew Lock as our quarterback. So you keep the kind of cheap deal kind of QB on the roster, build out the offensive line, build out the defensive line, et cetera, build out the, just offense and defense in general to kind of truly bolster your team. And then what you do is then you go all in 23, where there's absolutely like 4 to 5 quarterbacks that are at this point of the game starting quarterbacks and easily better than any of them in the 2022 draft that are coming out in 2023. And then you make your moves to trade up to the spot in order to get one of those. So that's really the only other viable option that I saw the Denver Broncos having to try and fix their quarterback position long term. But I'm quite happy with the Russell Wilson option, because really at the end of 2023, our obligation from that trade is done.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this. So, what? I mean, I know it's March 10th. Okay, so apologies for being a little bit premature on this. And by the way, Sel, thank you for being here, Celia. Appreciate that. Good to see folks being in here. That Sri Salakan says it's a good move by Denver as well.
I agree. I think it was.
Okay, so as of 10 March, what does that make the Broncos in the AFC West?
Better.
No, but what does that make them as far as the number 1 team, 2 team, 3 team, or the last place team in the AFC West?
I have to look at Mahomes' contract, because that will gauge what they can actually do with other players coming in, because they haven't asked them for a restructure yet. So I think that would place us at number 2 probably, unless Mahomes' contract is the behemoth that I know it's about to turn into, and that would impact them bringing back better players. And if that impacts them bringing back better players, then I think we could probably leapfrog KC as well. And I think that the Raiders are actually probably coming closer into the number 2 team in the division, because I'm not sure that the Chargers can sort themselves out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm reading the comments between Matt Hughes and Gangster Kitty Cat. I'll just say that. Gangster Kitty Cat and Matt Hughes going back and forth. And thank you, by the way, for all of the folks that are out there commenting. Remember, comment after the show. Please share this show up so that we get more people up here. And who is Rippin your number 2 quarterback?
Yeah, for now.
Okay, for now.
Yeah, for now.
I like I said, if Russell Wilson gets hurt, okay, is it really still going to be, I mean, a good move in that respect? Because again, he's been getting hurt. I mean, am I wrong? Maybe I'm misremembering. I'm pulling out my I can't. Who said I might be Was it Roger Clemens says I might be misremembering? But it said if I might be misremembering Russell Wilson, but hasn't he been hurt more than just last year?
He's had some ding ups and stuff like that, but the problem with Seattle is that they didn't really. They misallocated a lot of their resources, and they kept on trying to bring back some iteration of the Legion of Boom. And they kept on trying to rejig it to try to just keep themselves a defensive first team. And then they completely and 100% focused on running the football. And they did so really behind an offensive line that was neither suited for run nor pass. Denver at least has had an offensive line the last couple of years where we have been able to, generally speak, run the ball. We have had issues in pass protection largely, but we have generally been able to run the ball. And I think that what we're going to see this year, now that Elway is most of the way out the building, I actually think that we're going to start seeing our offensive line. Bishop, I agree. I think
I did that just for you.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to start seeing our offensive line starting to get retooled. We have already seen hints that our general manager is seeing our offensive center as being a problem, which I said since his rookie year that he needed to go. And I think we might see Graham Glasgow make a resurgence, perhaps even in his career. It's possible, because his best years as an offensive lineman were actually in Detroit, and they were as an offensive center, not as an offensive guard. And he was a darn good offensive center too. Like, he was really good at offense. So I could see something like that happening. And then I could see the Denver Broncos going after a top tier right guard or some variation thereof to try to bolster that side, or a backup guard, but ultimately I think our primary target this offseason is going to be right tackle, because we have Quinn Miners, I think, who's going to fit in on the right side for now. Who was excellent. Like I mean, he's got nowhere to go but up, and he was already pretty darn good last year for us.
Yeah, and that was the kid that you got last year, a guard, and he was a beast.
Yeah, he's excellent. He's absolutely he's excellent. And then I also think that the other thing that I've mentioned a few times on the show is I think the Raiders fans are focused a little bit on the play that we had, but not factoring in the scheme. So I think what a lot of people, when they don't follow the team necessarily, or perhaps even dig real deep into like X's and O's style of stuff, is you need to look at the players you have and compare it to the scheme that you're trying to put them in. And so what I mean by that is, if you have an offensive line or offensive just lineman in general, and they are not geared to run, say, an inside zone, but they are better suited for an outside zone. And for the fans here, Shermer ran an inside zone scheme. An outside zone is what you've typically seen from the Denver Broncos over the years, just to kind of put things in context for everyone here. Our offensive line wasn't suited at all for our scheme. And so we were basically trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, and obviously that didn't work. So I think what we're going to eventually see here is a better suited offensive scheme for the players that we already have on the roster. And I think just naturally that's going to then see better production and in turn a better record.
Okay, and again, I wasn't trying to be pissy about, and I said it's March 10th. Okay, and it's not.
I certainly didn't take it that way at all.
I just wanted to be sure I didn't piss off my boy Richie Riche, because again, Richie Riche is a huge bastard, and he's going to come back and and beat me up if I ever go to Denver when he's in Denver at the time. But and I want to stay on good. The other thing is, by the way, your partner in crime. I got to point. I can't point. I cannot point. How do you point? I can't remember how to point. Opposite. Okay, there you go. Jason Hunter. Thank you. It takes me. It's like I feel like such a I don't want to say it because then I'll piss people off. I feel like such a non-coordinated person. Jason Dean Hunter, there you go, is going to be your partner in crime for the draft show. And so I want to make sure that I would not want to piss off any of my co-hosts. And by the way, both Richie Riche and Jason Dean will get back with me when that show will come about. So
I've got my notes mostly ready for that show.
Yeah. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Let me know so I can promote the hell out of it, because again, that'll be that'll be like the show I do with the wenches. I'm just gonna sit back and pretty much moderate. And I like that. That gives me almost. It's not a full night off, but I like that. I like taking where people don't have to listen to me talk all the time. But Jason says Raiders Bills. I'd love to see that. I maybe. Notes. Yeah, notes.
So believe it or not, what I've done with both the Broncos and the Raiders, I've largely ignored the other two teams in our division. But what I've done is I broke down free agency needs. I broke down your current roster. I broke down holes that I see in your current roster, and even selected a few free agents that I thought you guys might be interested in that would probably fit what I think you guys are going to do. Okay. And then I'm trying to then look at the draft from a best player available / position of need, assuming that generally speaking, what I look at, comes true.
Yeah, he said, you got to do notes, man.
You got to remember, this isn't I actually have, I'm part of the MHRT network. So I do actual shows on draft coming up. So I had to be prepared, and I wanted to do the show properly for Captain Jack. I wanted to make sure that he got my A game, because I think that's important.
Hey, if I expected anything less from you and Jason Dean, I wouldn't have asked. So I know I'm going to get your A game. I know that for sure. So yeah.
And Jason, the other thing to keep in mind is I have such limited time, just in my schedule. Just my day job is just absolutely insane. And so as a result, I don't get to watch a lot of college football. So when it comes to the off season like this, I end up just binge watching film. And so as a result, I have to take notes. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to ingest it all. And that's just the nature of the beast for me in terms of what I do.
Okay. Well, hey, Richie Rich, it's a pleasure. We've been wanting to ask you, even when I had my Wenches show the other night, they're like, "Oh, we got to ask Richie Rich." And by the way, Richie Rich, I'm telling you this personally. Okay, the next Wenches show is going to be people calling in, but and I need to start doing this here as well. I kind of let people talk a long time. I need to make it a little bit quicker. I'm going to start doing that. But after the Wenches show with the call-ins, it will be a Wenches plus Richie Rich show when you're game for it. I'm letting you know in case they haven't reached out. They want to do something with you as well.
I'm cool with that. Just let me know.
Yeah. I will because I'm not sure whether.
Who was on the last one? I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Oh no, it's just me and the Wenches, and we did it just. But the next show is going to be. You need to get your questions in. It's going to be quick phone calls, and they're going to cut you out. It's like, and I let people talk a long time. I let people on here a long time. I'm gonna cut that. So have your question, ask the questions, and then STFU, and then they'll take the answer off the stage. But then it'll be a Wenches plus Richie show if you're game, and we'll have that come up as well. So we appreciate that.
Are there any players that I'm just looking at? I mean, you've already had Littleton that's basically cut. Obviously post June 1st, but he's basically been told, hey, see you later.
Yeah.
And then I noticed Ingold isn't coming back, which I know I just heard OG make some comments about the fact that he kind of wished that he was. Now I'm going to be honest. I think he did okay for you guys, but I think you can probably find some of the newer guys coming out in college that will be able to produce for you, particularly with some better blocking. So I realized, fan favorite, all that kind of stuff. I totally get it. But my personal opinion was that he was very versatile, and I will give him all the credit in the world. He was basically that Swiss Army knife. So that's amazing for a really dynamic style offense like that. But I actually think if you're looking at a pure fullback, which is kind of how New England like to use their fullbacks, they like to use them for kind of two reasons, and that's it. Like two purposes. I think you can find some pretty big, heavy hammers, if you will, at the fullback position from the draft, and you can get them undrafted or even in the 7th round if you want to secure the guy that you want.
Yeah, and I got that.
Yeah.
Hey, Richie, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate you I appreciate you supporting me as well. Wait, and here, Gangster Cat says, I don't like Denver. I have to say congratulations. You have to be pretty excited. He filled a huge hole in your roster. Hey, Gangster Cat, and I'm not going to say your name here. It's on TV, but I'm not going to say it for audio. Richie Rich is a very important part of the show because he gives a lot of great analysis, and he's he's a homer, but he's not a super duper crappy homer. He's an analyst when he's here on the show. He loves his donkeys. He calls them the Broncos, but he's here as a great person that's a fan of the show, and I appreciate that, him being here for that, Gangscat. So there's that. And yeah, Ingold might come back, but again, honestly, with his injury, maybe they solidify somewhere else. But
and that's also typically not the way that the Patriots have generally worked. They've typically just kind of let their guys go and kind of say that's okay.
Yeah, and they get them. They get rid of them a year early rather than a year late, and that's
their goal. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Richie, thanks again, partner. I'm gonna get Xavier on. I'm gonna hear from Boston. Oh my God, I got to hear from Boston. So wait. Let me have Usai. I got to hear from Boston. So we'll do it. Take care, Richie. We can get Xavier on here. I'm getting all my stuff together because it's I got to hear Boston crap. And by the way, after this, Sharisa Allah Khan is coming on. Thank you there, Sharif. I got Xavier on for a little bit, and then I get Sharif Saleh Khan, who's going to talk some good stuff. Remember, we are on Roku TV. We're on Roku TV. So, your thoughts, Xavier? What's going on, man? Baseball's coming back. There's other things to talk about. The floor is yours. What's up in Xavier land, man?
I don't want to talk about football right now because there's a lot I can talk about, but
No, go ahead and talk.
but we're on Roku TV, so I don't want to talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to watch your language.
Yes, that's why I don't want to talk about the Patriots right now.
Okay, well that's cool. We can talk about the Sox.
The Red Sox are fine. Baseball's finally back.
Yes, it is. It is.
Free agency, I think, is starting tomorrow. Or it's already started, but
Yeah, I mean, you can start signing. I think officially you can sign people on Sunday. I think is what they
okay.
said.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's unofficially. I mean, you can say, "Hey, dude, we're gonna sign you on Sunday. Here's the contract." Just it can't be legitimized until Sunday. I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh, Sharif, like I said, we got Xavier. Hopefully, Sharif will come back on because I know that there's that waiting backstage can be a pain in the butt. But and again, if you want to hang out with Richie Riche, hit the link for the MHRT network. Richie Riche is a great dude, and appreciate him being on here as well. So what else? What else is? I mean, again, the Sox. Okay. Your hot takes. Remember your hot take last year. You got that hot take last year with the Rams winning the Super Bowl. So and then you actually had one before I had my I don't want to say meltdown, but at my
I think it was the Red Sox beating the Tampa Bay Rays. That was my hot take.
Yeah, and Gangster Cat just subbed to Richie Riche. So there you go. Richie Riche. You got a new sub. Go ahead. So the East. You think the Rays are not going to win the East this year? Is what you're saying?
Nope.
Okay.
I say the Yankees probably win the East, even though that sounds stupid of me to say, but I can see the Yankees winning.
There's fans and then there's analysis. Okay, you can be a fan of one team, but say, hey, I think that this team's going to, like, for example, I'm a Phillies fan, but I think that as of right now, the Braves are still the best team in the East, pending what goes on with Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, pending, because Freddie Freeman might leave.
Yeah, if Freddie Freeman leaves, then that
changes a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But as of right now, the Braves are the best team in the NL East. I'm a Phillies fan. It doesn't mean that I can't be analytical and say different things as well. Yeah. So,
for my hot take, I say Red Sox versus Padres World Series.
Oh, okay. And so now I know who Gangster is. Okay, Casper, thank you for that. Undercover. I was gonna say I think Raider Casper is subbed to me already, so thank you for that, Raider Casper. I'm pretty sure that you were subbed to me already. But thank you for subbing to Richie Riche's channel. Ed Winchell, we're just saying, I mean, now that we know that there's actually going to be a baseball season, now we start looking at what our hopes and dreams are. And again, if Freddie Freeman leaves the Braves, that opens it up for the Phillies. That's just
it does.
Yeah.
But I say, pending on what happens for agency, Phillies could make the playoffs. Because now it's a 12-team. I think it's a 12-team playoff.
Yeah, it is. It is. And no, Sharif, man, come back in. You might have. I didn't knock you out. You might have got knocked out by the weight. I apologize. I did not knock you out. So come back on it as well. So yeah, because we'll have Sharif Saleh Khan on right after we talk to Xavier. And so there. And Freeman says he's going to be a Dodger. I also think that because also was it Ed Winchell? Ed Winchell said it, but also Bishop AJ said that. Oh, the link. Okay, sorry there, Sharif. Let me put that link back in there for you. There you go, brother. There's the link.
I could see Freeman going to the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, he's already won his World Series. Now he can go. Now he can go to a team that might get another World Series and get paid. So that's a win-win.
I mean, a surprising team could be the Mets. I mean, they signed a lot of good players before the lockout. They could sign Freeman.
Other than Scherzer, who did the Mets sign?
I gotta look this up because it was like a while ago. It was 99 days ago. That's how long ago.
Yeah. I tell you what, because I want to make sure I don't lose Sharif because he got knocked out last time. I'm gonna let you do some homework.
Oh yeah, I remember Javi Baez.
Okay, yeah, from the Cubs. Okay, so yeah, they got some decent players. Okay, but the Yankees win the AL East. In your mind, I think that the Braves are going to win the NL East. There is 12 playoff teams now, so that means that
I gotta do a lot. I gotta do a lot of research.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be a while, folks. Again, it's March 10th, so we got some time.
We got April 7th is when opening day is.
Okay.
So we got a while.
Hey, Zave, thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate you supporting me. Well, remember, share and like and all that other good stuff as well, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks again there.
See ya.
That's Xavier. Good to see you there, brother. We're going to get Sharif Salah Khan in here. My shipmate in crime as well. I'm going to get him over here because this way I can keep that up in there as well. I think Harper did show up last year. Ed Winchell would just be there. Sharif, are you there?
Yes, I hope you can hear me well. I'm in the bowels of the earth, literally, here in New York.
Yeah, are you in the subway system or are you just in a bad zone?
No, I'm underground, so I hope it doesn't affect the sound too much.
It sounds good so far, shipmate. It sounds good so far. So what are your thoughts, man? I want, because you've been commenting and I appreciate you commenting. Remember, folks, like, share, like, and comment after the show, please. Comment after the show, please. What are your thoughts today? There's been a lot of things that are bouncing around. 50 Who goes to the Chargers. You were talking about it was a good thing for the Donkeys that Russell Wilson went over there. Ed wants to know what district are you? Are you in the Bronx right now, or where are you at?
I'm in Brooklyn at the moment.
Okay, he's in Brooklyn. Okay, yeah. No, he's not. He might be near the bowels of hell, but he's only in Brooklyn. So there you go.
Trust me, as Raider fans, with what has happened in the last 48 hours, without Nick Nolte or Eddie Murphy, we are heading there fast because the world is spinning. People are leveling up, making moves, and it doesn't bode well for us. Now, keep in mind, we barely beat Denver last year, 17-14, with Drew Lock. We played Bridgewater the other game. He threw for 3 touchdowns. Mr. Wilson, on top of just being a very skilled player, he's a leader. People galvanize around him. He's full of such spirit. He's athletically sound. He's smart. He's coming to a team whose defense allowed the 3rd fewest points in the league.
Yes,
he's got Melvin Gordon over there. He has a couple of wide receivers there, and
I was gonna say Melvin Gordon is a free agent. I'm not sure if he's coming back though.
Oh, okay. There's another guy there too. I can't think of, but
the young kid is a good back, kind of like a Terrell Davis clone. But that's
Javante, or I can't remember the guy's name, but he has a lot of promise written on him. But that's a upgrade for them all day, and that's a elite player we have to face twice a year now. And Mr. Number 4 is going to have to keep pace. Keep in mind, though, Wilson missed 3 games last year with a broken hand. He still threw for more TDs than our signal call. And of course, with what happened in Los Angeles, with them maintaining the number 1 receiver, bringing 52 there to pair him with Bosa is sheer brilliance. And all these sour pusses who are trying to say, "Oh, well, he's washed up." Spare me. I wish we had another defensive player washed up like that. Cap, when Khalil went to the Bears, they were number 9 in defense already. They were top 10 when Bruton traded him away. They didn't need Matt, but he was more or less a luxury. Maybe they thought they'd be like the Ravens and just put up this crazy super defense and bully their way to the title. They did win the division against Aaron Rodgers and Matt Stafford. Matt got them closer to that. And as of right now, the Bears are ranked number 5 in defense as the season ended. So it makes perfect sense for them to free up space with that young quarterback they got, get some weapons around him, get an O-line around him, because their defense is already set. Mac did not have to carry the Bears. He had to carry the Raiders. So when you don't see so much highlights of Khalil with Chicago, you're thinking, "Oh, he's not doing anything. He's not the same." No, that's a defensively sound team, the Chicago Bears, who ranked 5 in the league. And if Mac was so terrible, they wouldn't rank at 5. So you pair him with Bosa, who's already given Derek Carr sleepless nights in his head, Carr being as emotionally fragile and hypersensitive as he is. And this is a nightmare for him in particular. But the Chargers also understand you got Mahomes who can extend plays. You got Wilson who can extend plays. They need that additional speed. They need that additional pressure. And we were lucky. A lot of people were saying this week, "Well, we beat them. We're not worried about that." It was a dumb coach decision that basically bequeathed us that game against the Chargers, as we watched Herbert make like 6 4-10 and give us all that we wanted to handle as a second-year kid with a second coach. He's through 2 coaches already and hasn't missed a beat. The sky is the limit for that kid, and now they are shoring up their defense. Denver is making moves. Everyone is going prime time. And we're out there with the same product, i.e. number 4, thinking he's going to be something different than who he is for the last 8 years, who threw for 23 TDs. I watched Carson Wentz get traded, and Jack, the only difference between Wentz and Carr is that Carr has a brother in media and he has a devoted choir. You don't hear people say, "Well, Carson Wentz had an MVP year," until he got hurt in 2017 when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And I was in that stadium Christmas night in that frigid cold when the Raiders lost to them that night. For some reason, Carson Wentz and Mariota, who got hurt on the same day as Carr, you don't hear these multitudes of apologists saying, "Oh, well, he got hurt. If he didn't get hurt, he would have did this, he would have did that." Wentz has a higher win percentage than Carr, higher touchdown percentage. He played 1 less game this past season. Carr has thrown for more than 1,500 yards and 100 passes than Wentz, and yet Wentz still threw for more touchdowns. That is called efficiency. I don't care about stat padding and 2 or 3 yard dump offs and you depending on Yak. And then at the end of the day, "Well, Carr had a good game." No, because 23 touchdowns in 17 games in 2022 is not going to cut it. Struggling in the red zone is not going to cut it. Throwing the ball in front of the end zone from the 9-yard line with 4 opportunities against the Bengals is not going to cut it. And when you got feet like cinder blocks, well, in fact, I call Carr Lieutenant Dan because he don't have legs, and you got Mac along with Bosa, it's going to be hellacious. I'm just realistic. I'm too old for fairy tales. I'm too old to be dreaming. I'm not Freddy Krueger. I'm a realistic Raider fan. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be a problem. And I think the consensus among most objective intelligent students and lovers of football is that Carr is the worst quarterback in that division. But on the plus side, he's no longer the oldest. That is now Russell Wilson. Prior to Wilson coming along, Carr was the oldest and second oldest in the AFC. So thank goodness for that, if that means anything.
Okay. Now is okay. So he was the second oldest in the AFC. Who is he now third oldest? Who is the other quarterback he was?
That's Tannehill, who's yeah, Ryan Tannehill. I think he's 34, 35, give or take. But he's older than Derek. And Russell is 33 now coming to the AFC. But I like this, I mean, you got to respect that guy. I mean, if Denver wins 7 games and give us hell with Drew Lock, there's no way you can negate the presence, the championship pedigree, 113 wins in 10 years. That's Russell Wilson. And to hear silly people say, oh, he's washed up, he's injury prone because he missed 3 games last year is ridiculous. But that's how cognitive dissonance and fear works. It's going to be a long, long season, my friend, because now we can't escape Russell twice a year. We can't escape Herbert twice a year. We can't escape Mahomes, who own us twice a year.
Okay.
Incredible. So y'all better stock up on your liquor this year because you're going to need it. I'm warning you, you are going to need it. And also Davante Adams is not here to save us either. So for like the last month, all of these grown men were, like Linus wishing upon a star out there in the pumpkin patch. Oh, once Davante Adams come and save us, he bought a house in Las Vegas. Carr's going to buy him an automobile.
I never bought into that. You can say all the other pumpkin patch people because I never bought into that. I really
You're right, Pat. You are absolutely right. You didn't buy into it. But you and I both know more than enough people who did. And I can understand, wanting a guy of that talent, but I knew he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't leave a Beverly Hills mansion to go to some some damn flat in Naples. You just don't do that. He knows where his bread is buttered on. It's just like when you had a girlfriend back in high school. Things were nice back then. Then years later, you see her. She's made some bad decisions. She don't look like she used to look. You're cordial and all that stuff. And people are actually thinking, well, they were friends in Fresno. That's a long freaking time ago. That man is playing with the current MVP, the $50 man, Aaron Rodgers. There's no way he's going to come to this horror show of mediocrity and deal with Alex Smith with a Bible or Carson Wentz without the choir. Somebody who can only do but so much, a glorified game manager with the best PR in the world. But I will give him some remarks on his fashion taste at the CMAs as he pulled a Sonny Crockett a la Miami Vice wearing slip-on loafers with no socks.
I didn't see that. I did not see
that. You had a hell of a laugh, Jack.
Okay. But Robert, I'm gonna end with this there, Sharif. Okay, Robert Hawk says Carr for 2 number ones and a rebuild, which is what I've been saying that I would do that. Considering what the Broncos gave up for Russell Wilson, I'm all in on getting something in 2023 and a caretaker quarterback. And I said that before the season, before all of these things happened. Before there was conjecture of what was going on with the coaches. And again, I said, Carr is a commodity. Get as much for him as possible. And I was still of a mind for that. Now, if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be upset. but I will be upset for an extension that is just stupid money. I will be upset for that. But would you be okay with basically? I'm not saying to tank the season because I think that there is quarterbacks that can come in and let the Raiders be 500-ish and with a rebuild and then go for it all in 2023. I can see that happening. But there are people that are saying that you already given up on the season. I'm going to ask you to respond to that remark.
Well, when 2023 come here, that means it's been 40 years since we won a championship. And I watched that as a youngster on a black and white television with Reynolds Wrap on the antenna. Some of the younger folks don't know what an antenna is. The days when you didn't have a remote control, you got up off your butt and turned the channel. You were the remote control. I watched that. So I'm at that stage and age now where I can take whatever happens. I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than try to suspend my intelligence, get my hopes overly up, and be disappointed. Even in 2020, Jack, when there were because of COVID and nobody was allowed at Allegiant Stadium, I went out there 4 times just to watch the game. Last year, because of the mandate, I couldn't get inside, and I still went to 2 games as far as watching them in neighboring places. So my loyalty is never on trial, but my intelligence isn't on trial either. I mean, I love my brother to death, but if he got in the ring with Mike Tyson, he's going to get knocked out.
Yeah. No, I got you.
So love isn't about enabling and coddling. Love is about encouraging and demanding that what you love to get better, to be its best, no matter what that requires. And right now, what we are doing, we lucked up last year, beating some teams that were crippled by COVID. A dumb coach who did something idiotic with the Chargers of the last game, and then we were brought back down to earth. But the point is, we got a quarterback who don't have any feet. I was watching the combine a few days ago, brother, and I saw defensive ends running a 4.3. One guy weighed 340, ran a 4.8. That's the game now. This ain't 1972. You can't do no Bob Greasy stuff and think you're going to be dominant. It's just not like that anymore. Tom Brady was like the last of that of its kind. And I would hope that Josh McDaniels, as blasphemous as this sounds, Jack, at least Josh McDaniels has a direct number to Tom Brady, because honestly, I feel he's the only one who would give us a legitimate shot against Mahomes, Herbert, and Russell Wilson. Because number 4 can't keep up. Our field goal kicker can only do but so much. He already leads the league. We have the leading punter. Those 2 facts alone should make people think, how does that happen if you got an elite quarterback? That your field goal kicker got the most kicks and your punter has had so much practice that he's got a better average than anyone else. But people don't think about that. So I'm prepared for however the season goes. I'm going to ride. I'm going to rep. I'm a Raider fan. But if there is an individual or components of the Raiders that's holding us back, I'm going to speak about it without fear, with truth, and with force, because this is what I love. I'm not getting any younger.
No, I got you. I got you. And Sharif, I wanted you to address it, and I wanted to give you some course on that. And I thank you for coming in. I'm gonna wrap up to make sure that I have everything squared away. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support and
I appreciate
all the support that we've already discussed as well. And thank you for that, because I need some prayers that way.
Oh, yeah, bro. I know that's tough, but you can make it, bro. You can make it. I know it sounds cliche, and I know it's not your first rodeo, but it doesn't make it necessarily easier. I get that, but you owe it to yourself. You know what I mean? And you got to continue to be the person you were when you before you got in that situation or that situation got attracted to. So you can do it.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, man, and thank you for being here. You take care of yourself, and I'm gonna roll on out. But thanks for being here. Remember, share it up, and do all those comments after the show too.
Thank you. No doubt, brother.
All right. Take care, Sharif. That was Black Thanos, and that's gonna wrap up my show here. Thanks, Ed Winchell. I'm gonna try. For folks, like I said, folks, I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna try to keep moving forward. And thanks for everybody for all of the positives. I will try to get all of the prizes out hopefully next week that I have. I gotta do some stuff this weekend, but I appreciate you being positive with me. Remember, like, share, comment after the show. Please, please, please. Okay? Like, share, comment after the show. We want more people in here. The more comments you make, as soon as the show's over, the more comments you make, the more interactive it is, the more that it gets seen by other people. Okay? I say that again. Thanks again, folks. We'll see you on the next show. It'll be Sunday.